The last-minute rush for medals continues at the National Sports Festival with less than 24 hours to the end of the competition. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Of course, the National Sports Festival will dominate our thoughts tonight on the show. It will be the focal point of the show with less than 24 hours to the end of Nigeria's multi-sport event. We'll be talking about the drama. We'll be talking about the good things to highlight from the games. We will also be talking about efforts to raise the standards, talking about the culture of sports in Nigeria. We'll also be talking about the UEFA Champions League. 2 matches at the quarterfinal stage, second leg, currently going on as we speak. In France, Bayern received a lifeline with a goal from Maxim Choupo-Moting. He scored for the Bavarian Giants before we came into the studio. So we'll be your eyes and ears to let you know if anything is happening in those places. And of course, it looks like Porto and Chelsea will be going just one way, but you never can tell. Football always springs up surprises. So we keep you, we'll be monitoring to keep you posted on all of these things. We'll also be giving you a slice of basketball. We'll also preview the matches to be played tomorrow, talking about UEFA Champions League. Let's bring you into all that we're doing on the show. As we have always said, you're very important to us, and feedback is key. We need to know what you're thinking about right now, at this very moment. Tweet at us, let us know what you're thinking about. You can send us a mail, sportstonight at channelstv.com. Get across to us on Facebook, Channels Live Sports. Then that handle we always like to brag about because the conversation never ends on that handle at channels_sports. Let's know how you feel on all of these issues and more. Probably there's something not getting enough talk time. Let us know. Also, in focus will be the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. 2020 to be held in 2021. I always like to say that. All right, so it has the outlook of, it has the makings of an interesting show. So sit back, relax as we take you on this journey. Seated right next to me in the studio is my partner for tonight, Kehinde Idris, on the lovely Tuesday evening, joins me. Kehinde, thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah, it's good to be here. It's good to talk sports with you on a Tuesday night. It's become like it's a regular now. And also the outlook, I always look out for, you mentioning what the menu is all about. And when the local scenes are much, I get very excited. We talk more to help develop the sports.
Yeah, that's the very essence of what we do right here. As much as we try to inform you, we try to also entertain and educate in any way we can. That's our sole responsibility. And of course, we move on the show. Well, my colleague Austin Okon-Akpan is, as a matter of fact, I think he's right here with us right about now. So let me just bring him in as fast as I can, because there's a lot of ground to cover on the show. Greetings to you, Austin. Thanks for joining us this lovely Tuesday evening.
What's a greetings, Yemi? It's good to be on the show. So much going down in our world of sports, particularly in the UEFA Champions League, where Choupo-Moting has put PSG back into the contest. So it's 3-3 on aggregates in that match against PSG. So let's see who wants it, that will get it.
All right, so we'll be monitoring that while we're talking about the National Sports Festival. All right, guys, stand by. Let's take a look at the medals table at the end of day 12. At the end of day 12, this is what the medal table looks like. It's going to come up on your screen. We'll talk about it. Okay, let's start with it. All right. Okay, so that's it. The medal table. I was about to say competition update, but it's all good. Let's start with the medal table. Team Delta leading with 139 gold, 98 silver, 92 bronze medal. Totals 329. Followed closely by Edo, Bayelsa, Rivers, and Oyo in that order. This is what it looks like after all events on day 12. We'll talk about every other thing happening, but I mean, this is the litmus test. This is what you use to see how the teams. Okay, let's A lot of other teams have appeared on the medal table, so it's only fair we talk about them. Lagos, Akwa Ibom, Ogun, Kano, and Imo make up the top 10. Lagos with 24 gold medals, 30 silver medals, and 46 bronze medals, with a total of 100. You have Imo State in 10th position. You have 9, 16, 20. That's the number. Totals 45. The medal haul for Imo State, 45. That's the situation after day 12. A lot can change. I'm going to go to Austin later, but Kehinde, a lot of drama. But let's start with the medal table as we're approaching the end of the festival itself.
Yeah, I think one of the taking thing for me is we are putting it on TV, and I'm sure a lot of persons at home do not even know we have as much medal to be won as they are seeing right now. Let me take Edo and Delta. 329, 309, that is over 600 medals already.
Between them?
Yes, between these two teams. So you're talking a massive sports event. So when we call it a mini Olympics or our own Olympics and all, this is what we're talking about. There is a lot. It's a case of the more the merrier. And I'm sure next time there will be another sport or some other sports to join up. So when we celebrate, it's because it's massive, it's this huge. And you can hear, a lot of new names. But for the table itself, Delta has always done this. Delta always find a way to be here. And I can remember right on this show and on some other platform, the Honorable Deputy Governor of Edo State talking about Philip Shuaibu, also the LOC chairman. He talked about, he kept mentioning Delta as their younger one, and they will show them this time. But the medal table is saying something different, although they are not far behind right there, except for the gold medal that has put light, in between both teams, 139 to 118. I think that cannot be covered before we get to the end of the but
with less than 24 hours.
Less than 24
I don't see that
it cannot be covered. And gold puts you right there at the summit or on top of the other team. That is the difference between Lagos and Oyo. Lagos and Oyo have got 27, Lagos 24. But if you look at the total medal, 81 to 100, Oyo has got 81 medals. So if it were to be number of medals, Lagos should have been just above Oyo. But because gold counts more than any other, it puts Oyo right there. So it's beautiful. I'm just saying, yes, maybe there are some gray areas we could manage.
We'll talk about that.
I love everything I've seen about the medal table.
This is the high point. I'm looking at very impressive haul that you have from Delta and Team Edo. Let me go to Austin.
And I love Bayelsa too.
Yeah.
They're always,
trying to pick up the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get Austin's view before we look at the things that have happened today. Austin, you've seen the medal table with less than 24 hours. We're showing the medal table because it looks like not much will change before everything comes to an end tomorrow. But your thoughts? Or let me start by asking you if you feel that things can change. Maybe Akwa Ibom, for instance, can find their way into the top 2.
No, actually, things will change. Instead, either Delta or Edo will win more medals. But shout out to Bayelsa State and what they have done at this festival. A clear testament, again, that if you put the right persons in place, sports will win. Not everybody knows, most people don't know, but let me let our viewers know that the current governor of Bayelsa State, Governor Dadiri, was a one-time commissioner for youth and sports in Bayelsa State. And in the time he was commissioner for youth and sports, I think they came to the festival and I think the Bayelsa finished 6th or 7th. So he gave them a charge, go and break my record. Supported them, and now he has a network that is trusted. He has a commissioner of sport that's been there, done that. Honorable Daniel Igali. So Daniel Igali is the one now going to him and saying, Your Excellency, we need to do this, we need to do that, make sure that they got money. And what a story Bayelsa has come to say in the National Sports Festival. 50 gold medals already. They are my team for this National Sports Festival. And it's a clear testament that it is what you sow, you reap. You mentioned Akwa Ibom, so let me just go into that and tell you something. When Imabong Uko won at the State Sports Festival, I can remember then Etubum Paul Bassi that was speaking. I would say, this is one for the future. She came to the festival in 2018, stunned everyone, got us talking. Patience, she calls Patience Okon-George anti-Patience. Look at the way she beat Patience Okon-George to win gold. Tells you that we can start winning at the grassroots. This is somebody that was discovered at the State Sports Festival, kept the momentum going in 2018, and has done more, and has now qualified for the Junior Championship. Put more into the likes of Imabong, discover more, and sports in Nigeria will shine again.
All right, I agree with you. Let's talk about the key actors now. Let's take a look at the update we've put together on some amazing performances at the National Sports Festival. That will begin to highlight them one after the other to take a look at some of the things that have happened. 10-year-old Stephanie Onisuruka of Anambra State wins gold in the women's gymnastics aerobics event with 11.80 points. We'll talk about she's going to feature prominently some of the things we're going to be talking about later on the show. 18-year-old Mary Ajayi of Ogun State wins a gold medal in the women's 3,000 meters steeplechase with a personal best of 11 minutes 54.53 seconds. Zainab Ojo of Borno State beats her namesake Zainab Adeshino of Bayelsa State to win a gold medal at her maiden appearance in boxing. Of course, we also look at Shitu Afolabi of Lagos defeats Kasali Abayemi of Ogun State to win gold medal in the men's 52-kilogram boxing event. Abiya David of Delta State races to win her second gold in the women's 1,500 meters in a time of 4 minutes 34.27 seconds. She already won a gold in the women's 800 meters. I told you we're talking about amazing feats at the National Sports Festival. All right. We also talk about an athlete from Cross River claiming gold in the men's 1,500 meters in a season's best of 3 minutes 50.67 seconds. Talking about Kalu Owoka of Abia State throwing a season's best of 16.89 meters to win gold in men's shot put. Calvin Emery of Delta State beats Uche Okparaji of Imo 6162 to win gold in the tennis men's singles. Of course, a lot of us know Calvin Emery very well. Delta State wins the golf event with 5 gold, 1 silver, and 3 bronze medals. A lot of people probably didn't know that this amount of medals were available in that particular event. Then Lagos State, of course, Lagos very prominent when it comes to cricket. Lagos defeats Kaduna to win the men's cricket gold, to win gold in the cricket event of the guys. All right, so that's the update we've put together, but we're still going to continue to talk about some of the amazing feats. Let's highlight 10-year-old Onisuruka, Stephanie Onisuruka, a 10-year-old gymnast. I mean, pictures, they say, do not lie. Just take a look at these pictures. 10-year-old. I mean, if I was the parent of this child, I'll be so proud. Look at the amazing things she's doing on the floor. She won gold. We must say that. I think I should just let you enjoy this, that we come back to talk some more on this young talent.
happy because I'm the second girl to be the best gymnast in the whole of Nigeria. It encouraged me so that I can go to the Olympics and win several gold medals, and so that I can be the best in the whole world, like Simone Biles.
In June, she has training tours in South Africa, US, Seychelles, and Dubai. And she also has some competitions lined up for her from June. So she's going to be so busy. Stephanie doesn't have any sponsors now. I do everything from my pocket, from my money. Me and her dad, we are the ones sponsoring her for now. Nobody has been able to sponsor this great talent.
All right. So many things to talk about. Stephanie and her mom speaking there. I mean, just already a packed calendar. Schedule is tight for a 10-year-old. Things like this excite Austin. It excites every sports lover, by the way. But let me get Austin's thoughts quickly. Kennedy also with pitching that will go ahead and talk about so many things. But these are the kind of stories you want to hear, you want to see at the National Sports Festival.
I love it, Yemi. That's what it should be about, talent discovery. And then we take it to the next level to nurture this talent. She's just 10, and she's talking about going to win medals at the Olympics. She's dreaming right there. It beats me now, that young Chinese gymnast. I think she was about 9 or 10 that won gold, I think at the Beijing Olympics. I can't remember. But she's telling us a beautiful story. Onishirika is saying that, look, at the grassroots, we can do it. We just need the attention. And you heard the mom telling you about events that she used to prepare and the ones she needs to go for. And she talked about support. Yemi, I've been covering the grassroots for a long, long time. Any child that you see doing so well, it is the efforts of their parents. Where is the country? What can the country do to assist? And it gets to a point that these parents, they can't push anymore because their kids go out there to support the country. So we must, look, we talk about sports business. Sports business, this is where it starts. Put together a policy that right after the National Sports Festival, we have discovered a 10-year-old gymnast now. Gymnastics isn't so big in Nigeria. So why can't we do more and discover talents like this? 10 years from now, this beautiful girl will be 20. She probably would have won about 4 gold medals for the country. And in gymnastics, there's so much medals to win. I love the story. I love this one so much because it's a testament again that there are talents at the grassroots. That's what Channels TV we also try to do with the Channels International Kids Cup and the Channels Track and Field. We love it that the Principal's Cup is back. But at the National Sports Festival such as this, where they compete and gather exposure, it's very, very important that we support them. Mommy and daddy can't do it alone. I can reel out names that are doing so well, young athletes, all the effort, their parents.
All right.
It tells you one thing. We need to do more to support talents at the grassroots.
All right. I can't agree less, Austin. We need to do more. Katie, before we go on a break, your thoughts on Stephanie. And you could jump and say, oh, well, Africans, we don't like this. Well, Simone Biles, the black American from the US, has shown us the amount of medals that could be won and that it could be done if you put your mind to it.
You mentioned I was to go to Simone Biles at 26. If the Olympic had held last year, she would be 26. She told the entire world that she was retiring from the sport after last year Tokyo 2020 that couldn't hold. So she will wait till she's 27 now. Why is she retiring? Says she had done everything.
Everything she ever wanted to do.
She started winning at the age of 13, talking about conquering the world. Now, if you follow the Olympics or you follow top championship that has to do with gymnastics, old people don't get to beat people in gymnastics. You start from 9. You heard
8, 9,
10,
and about 19, 20.
You're talking about 10 gold medal when it comes
about
to
19,
world
20,
stage.
you're retiring.
You're talking about retiring, and Simone Biles already has a lot of moves that will be named after her the moment she retires. This is our own Simone Biles. Now, what is different from Simone Biles and Stephanie is just the backup.
The structure.
Who is backing Stephanie? We could come here all day talk about Georgia Obo that has to do with golf. Georgia travels like every other week. By her parents, she gets to that push. And look at, Georgia is just on the verge of qualifying for the Olympics. Now, it will be massive history to have one of us qualify for the Olympics that has to do with golf. These are groundbreaking moves that the entire nation should put their attention on.
All right.
But there are some questions always where you ask, okay, if you cannot concentrate on a 10-year-old girl, who would you concentrate on? You will still go back to football and basketball. You will still go back to athletics.
And the money
Please,
goes down the drain.
we need to do more.
Okay.
I wanted to mention
No, you know what? We need to go.
also.
Okay, we need to go on a break. There's a lot to talk about.
Okay.
We'll do that when we return from this break. Let's go on that break. Come back for more on Sports Tonight. Welcome back. Of course, when you're talking exciting things like the National Sports Festival, you forget that time is moving fast. All right, let's leave what we're talking about and talk about one of the events that happened earlier in the day. Adesodu Michael winning in boxing. Adesodu Michael from Lagos defeating Fajimi Taiwo to win gold in boxing. Now, there have been some sort of drama in boxing events. One happened yesterday, one happened today. But let's not allow that overshadow what was a good showing by Adesodu Michael. Probably we get to see that later tonight on the news at 10 or tomorrow. But let's focus on this one. A good outing by the boxer from Lagos. Good showing. And of course, winning his bout.
Of course, I think boxing, by this day, we should be talking about the entire world looking to Nigeria to produce new boxers like every other day.
Yeah.
Because at a point, boxing was one of the shining, sports that we have in this country. At that time, even the likes of football were a bit behind boxing, where we've churned out superstars, world beaters that the entire world were, craving to watch fight every now and then. But it happened that it took a downward spiral, and maybe this thing still lives in us. We just need a little polishing for it to come out. That is why, at the level of the sports festival, we always have good boxing bouts at the National Sports Festival level. Okay. But the problem is the names. Where do they go from here? But every time you would always get something like end-to-end stuff until you get the final winner. Okay. Good one for Michael.
All right, so good win for Michael in this one. Let me go to Austin quickly. This is going to be our last thing we're going to talk about on the National Sports Festival. We have decided not to focus on the drama, but just look at some of the things, good things that have happened. This is day 12. Tomorrow is the last day. What do you think is going to be the legacy? When we remember Edo 2020, what are the things we will remember later on about this National Sports Festival coming to an end tomorrow?
Well, you will remember the drama also. That cannot be the drama. But then again, that's the whole point. The National Sports Festival has a core objective of promoting national unity, and we can use the National Sports Festival to keep propagating that message. I tell you this: if what happened today at the boxing event was between, let's say, a team from the West and a team from the North, it will have a different tone. Sports can change that. Sports can change that. That's what we're trying to preach. That it's about fair play. It's about togetherness. That it's not win at all costs. Particularly at the National Sports Festival level, State Sports Council should be using it for development. But that's not what we're saying. So at the end of this National Sports Festival, we want to look back and say, in a way, this sports festival has showed us that we can move on with COVID-19 available, because it is the new normal. It has also shown us that sports in Nigeria can go beyond football again. We've been doing sports festival. Hear me? Can you see the number of sports you've counted? Edo won in the cricket T20. Kaduna defeated Edo to win the cricket T20. Lagos today defeated Kaduna to win another cricket event. Delta won in golf. We have seen traditional sports, all the likes of Dambe, Ayo. Nigeria is too blessed.
All right.
Nigeria has got so much talent.
All right.
Nigeria has got resources, but we
We're
lack
blessed.
the enabling environment. Each time I cover the National Sports Festival, and now you've seen gymnastics, the sun gymnastics, boxing. Tell me when we had the National Boxing Championship last, before COVID-19 even came.
All right.
But we see the National Sports Festival, and we
All
see
right.
this event, and I feel like going to ask the federations and the sports councils, what are you guys doing?
That's
Why
true.
are we just football,
Okay.
football? A little bit of athletics, a little bit of basketball, and football.
All right. Why?
This sports festival has shown us that,
Austin,
guys, there's so much this country can give.
Sure. All right, there's so much this country can give. A lot of questions. The people that should answer that question are listening, because for me here, I just fold my hands. But interesting questions. Hopefully, we'll get the answers to all of that. Let's quickly go to Tokyo and talk about what is happening right there in Tokyo. But first, before we highlight what happened today in the city of Osaka, let's just quickly let you know that it is 101 days to the Tokyo Olympics. It's going to happen. Bottom line, it's going to happen. All issues will be put aside. The Olympics we're having, whether it's going to be scaled back, whatever is going to happen, we're going to have the multi-sport event. But let's go to the city of Osaka, where the torch relay is currently going on. And you could see it looks like everywhere is almost empty.
Yeah.
It's almost empty because the city has seen a surge in COVID-19 cases. And of course, at some point, even the authorities in Osaka said, can you skip our city?
Yeah.
Can you just skip our city? But he had to pass through because the city of Osaka is, the region is part of 47 places where the torch has to pass through. Yeah. But it has happened, not the way they wanted, but at least the torch still continuing the journey.
I think the beauty of the torch is to just tell these are places where, the sports would definitely pass through. Mm-hmm. That is why every country that have got an Olympian or that is to be part of the Olympics, there will be the torch would actually get there to just make you guys feel that Olympics is around the corner. Olympics will be happening, and you've got a participant or you've got athletes that will participate in it. And then see, maybe now we can go back and understand really what Edo had just done, or what the federal ministry of
have just
pulled off. Talking about hosting in the midst of the pandemic. Trust me, I mentioned it, I think 2 weeks ago, that last year at a time, Suga, the Prime Minister of Japan, and also the IOC President Thomas Bach broke into tears, and Thomas Bach went spiritual, talking about the only thing left to help us now is God. So was saying, yes, we might see gray areas, but for Edo to have put together this, for the sport ministry to have put together this, maybe we can say thumbs up well.
All right, let's listen to somebody from the IOC, John Coates, talk about, he is the IOC Coordination Commission chairman. He says, in his words, this Olympics will be held and it is going to be the safest ever. Let's move on the show. We still have Austin Akwan with us. Let's come to Nigeria now and talk basketball. Austin asked the question earlier. He said it feels like talking to the federations and asking them what they have been doing. Some individuals have been doing their own bit in developing sport. Let's talk tonight about the Northeast Basketball Camp. Of course, it has ended. The Northeast Elite Basketball Camp for kids in the Northeast zone of Nigeria has come to an end, with Bello Ibrahim emerging as the most valuable player for the boys, while Judith Hauta for the girls. The 3-day event for 100 kids, we told you when it started, from states in the Northeast, saw the kids and their coaches getting exposed to some level of the latest basketball drills and techniques by a retinue of internationally acclaimed coaches led by the Tigers associate head coach. All right, let's just take some reaction from this event. We'll come back to get the thoughts of Austin
on this event.
Most
of the things that we're told to do here in the camp, it's still the same thing our coach. It's almost the same things our coach have given to us already. So it's just like a brush through of what we already learned. If I'm to be really honest, I never had any thought of basketball, but then my friend, she normally plays, so when I see her going every evening to play, I got that motivation from her. She was like, play. I said, okay, let me start trying. And as I started, I was really horrible at it. But then I have seen improvement in myself. These 3 weeks of training before the foundation has really improved my skills, my ball handling, and I'm good.
I learned many skills like defense, faking, ball handling. I feel okay because I have a lot of time to pick up. I have to work hard again.
This is wonderful. It is amazing. Honestly, you know, every time you meet a new collection of kids, you learn things from them too. And these children are really wanting to improve and work hard so that they can go places. It was really a pleasure working with these kids.
Let's just go to Austin. It's always heartwarming when kids gather and try to improve themselves. We understand that not everybody is going to end up being a professional, but these are valuable lessons, not just for basketball, it's for life.
For life, hear me? And at this stage, it goes beyond the skills of basketball that they learn. They understand team bonding. They understand how to relate with, you know, persons in their category. And when you bring 100 young persons together, and you have development at the center, then you're doing something great. So shout out to the organizers of the Northeast Basketball Clinic. I remember we talked about it last week when they were about to start. And then look, at this level, I keep telling people it's delicate. You're not grooming them to go and win the Basketball World Cup. You are putting something into their future. You are doing things that they will remember for life. Look at the girl. She said that basketball was never a thing, but because her friend does it, she said, okay, she can pick interest. She can go on to be a champ. So shout out to the organizers. It will be good to know if the federation actually monitored that one, because as I said the other time, I talked about basketball. The Northeast, they've been doing so well with basketball. I remember Gombe Bulls doing so well. Mark Mentors also back in the days. So let's see what they can get people who want to take their basketball to the next level. And I'm super excited that Jordan Nwora is involved in this one. So the NBA isn't far. This is where they can start dreaming, Yemi.
All right, this is where the dream starts, and journey of 1,000 miles just starts with one step forward. All right, let's talk about the feast of football currently going on in the UEFA Champions League. Let's give you a situation report, especially if you are not watching. We're going to be your eyes and your ears. At Stamford Bridge, nobody's even talking about this game because it looks like it's curtains. Chelsea probably will go through. After 70 minutes of football, it's still goalless in the game between Chelsea and Porto. Chelsea have a 2-0 lead from the first leg, and Porto will need to score 3 as it stands. But the game a lot of people are talking about, we came into the studio, we talk about Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting scoring for Bayern. As it is 3-3 on aggregate. But even with that goal, PSG will still qualify. Yeah. So with less than 18, 17 minutes thereabout, PSG need another goal. I mean, Bayern need another goal to qualify. But if PSG scores 1,
it kills
Bayern needs 2.
3. They need to now make it 3. So it is what it is. I think PSG did a lot of good business for themselves in the first leg, getting massive 3 goals away from their home, and not just getting 3 goals, winning the game. Probably if it had ended, in a draw, we would have been talking of something different on this day. 1-0 would have probably, put PSG in another, struggle entirely. But with this, they are still good, and I'm sure they are just managing the match as it goes. They just want a case where the scoreline might be, in favor of Bayern Munich, but the qualification will still be PSG. In favor of PSG. For Chelsea, like you said, I think Chelsea did everything you needed to do in the first leg. Now, All they need to do in the second leg, I've said it and I've seen them doing it, is to manage Porto and move on. You don't need to break a lot of sweat. Just manage them. Let them enjoy themselves. But you manage them and then
let them play, you get the results.
You get the result and just pull to the next round.
Right.
Because the two teams waiting on the other side are massive UEFA Champions League team. I'm talking about Real Madrid and Liverpool. So
massive campaigners.
Yes, massive campaigners. So you get to win here. You know you've got your work cut out. So you just need to keep yourself as fresh as possible.
All right. Kennedy says you need to keep yourself as fresh as possible. Let's go to Austin. About 7 minutes left to play in the game. PSG against Bayern. Austin, look into your crystal ball. And what do you think is going to happen? It appears like PSG are managing this game well, but then just one goal can scuttle everything.
Yeah, and the Moiskin had a chance at goal, and then he sent it to the skies. PSG also had a goal just disallowed, so they're actually knocking on the door. They don't just want to go away via the away goals rule. They want to go on to win this one, and I think they can actually get a goal if they push hard there. But Bayern Munich, they are also, showing some promises going forward. Choupo-Moting with that first goal, with that goal in the 40th minute was a good time to score. So going into that break with the lead was some sort of motivation. But like never before, PSG, they are learning a lot from what happened to them, I think, last season when they played Barcelona. So let's see. As it stands, they go through on aggregate. It is 3-3, but they need to score a goal, and they are desperate for that. Two things might happen here. I mean, PSG might go on to score, and then this game ends 1-1, and then they go on. Or, in every moment, they leave it open towards the dying minute, and then Bayern gets that lucky goal.
All right. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. We have just about a few minutes to wrap things up on the show. Let's talk about tomorrow. Let's take a look at what's going to happen. Borussia Dortmund and Manchester City. It looks like there's still a lot left in that game. The Liverpool, Real Madrid. Kennedy, let me get your thoughts before I go to Austin to get this parting shot. Are you going to do that for me as fast as you can? Look at this game. Put it to context. Sergio Ramos just tested positive for COVID. He's not going to be involved in that game. Real Madrid do have their problems.
Yes, exactly. And, when you're talking of seasoned teams in the UEFA Champions League, they are the kind of teams that have shown that they can overturn any result. Yes, we might talk about the poor form of Liverpool, but it's the UEFA Champions League. They are a total different animal in this competition. So we still have a lot to see. But for Real Madrid, a very matured side, and they might just keep their maturity again. For the other game, Borussia Dortmund against Man City, with what I watched in the first leg, then I think Man City, if you are to win the UEFA Champions League, you've got loads of work to do. Borussia Dortmund are not as convincing, and they played you so well. So this game is still as open. It seemed like it's still 0-0 on the score sheet or even on the aggregate.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Austin for a parting shot. Take a look at both games in a minute or two. Tell us what you think. Borussia Dortmund played Manchester City with a lot of injuries. Now a couple of players might return into that squad, and put into context Real Madrid. Zinedine Zidane has had to chop and change, a lot of injuries to worry about. Now Sergio Ramos testing positive for COVID-19.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a Champions packed team, so I don't think Real Madrid is going to have any issue with that. Something about big clubs is the mentality is already there. They understand the mission. They will go out there to see how they can achieve it. Particularly what they did in the El Clasico against Barcelona. That's some sort of, preparation for them with this Liverpool match. 3-1 is a good result. They will go to Anfield, and they're not the kind of team that will go pack the bus. So if Real Madrid scores a goal, then it's game over for Liverpool in that one. Borussia Dortmund and Manchester City. I thought it was going to be a difficult game if the first leg had ended 1-1, but with Manchester City going on to win that, and with the sort of verve they are playing with under Pep Guardiola, this is a team that can go anywhere, and then the moment they start playing with their rhythm, then their confidence is boosted. So I any day, anytime, I'm going to put my money on Manchester City to advance against Borussia Dortmund. All
right. Austin Okonakwan, I want to thank you for your time on the show today. Hopefully we're going to do this again later in the week.
Always a delight to be on the show, Yemi. Thank you.
All right. All right, Manchester City is still competing on all 4 fronts, and it is possible for them. But the Holy Grail remains the UEFA Champions League. All right, let's give you a situational report before we close, before we pack up our bags and go home. This is what is happening right about now. Well, of course, this is the one for tomorrow. Let's go on and talk about what's going on right about now. Chelsea didn't need to break sweat, like Kende said. They've done the job in the first leg, so it's going to end. 90 minutes of football already played, and it's still goalless. Then Bayern and PSG. Also, Kende saying Bayern might win, but PSG will still qualify.
Yeah.
So you don't need to change what you said already.
I'm becoming an octopus.
So they're already in injury time, so
yeah.
probably not. But parting shot has to go in a few seconds.
Yeah, I think this is what the magic of the UEFA Champions League night is always about. And that is why few minutes to go injury time, we're still expecting 1 or 2 things to happen. So it is what it is.
All right. Okay, so that's it. That's a wrap on the show. First, I want to thank Kende Idris. Find out time to be here today.
Yeah, so it's always good to be here.
All
Definitely
right.
Find out time.
Okay. Thank you as well for allowing us to be a part of your day. We thoroughly enjoyed this, and that's why we're going to be back again tomorrow to do what we love doing best, which is taking you on a trip across the money spinning world of sports. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.